watching a YouTube video with battle rapper Daylight.
Yeah, Daylight crazy behind.
He made a great point about battle rap too. He was saying
everything's the same.
The cadences are the same, the flow is the same, the hand gestures the same. It's the same thing with rap. The beat's the same. The chorus repetition is the same. The flow is the same. And if the listeners are just all right with it, why stop?
You see, that's what we was talking about. Everything trickled down, from the mainstream to the underground to everything. I remember, what was the name of the battle rap show that should come on MTV a long time ago? I'm talking about it should be, I remember they had a show like Ribby Ma versus somebody. It was I think it was Fight Club. Yeah, Fight Club. And now it's now they trying to make it more pay-per-view and stuff so they could so people could be more invested into it. Cause I heard the last battle rap show that I remember Joe Budden was talking about. He said it was really good because everything was it felt like how it used to be 10 to 15 years ago. But I remember that video was talking about it's true. I seen a clip. I think it was Cassidy versus somebody. I forgot who it is. Yeah, good. And it's true. It's all about now. It's as a battle rapper, it's all about how many people you bring and what you have and stuff like that. What you learn. Well, back in the day, it was about your lyrics. Yeah. And it's crazy. And I honestly feel social media is a blessing and a curse. I feel like social media, what it did, it helped people get noticed, but it get to a point where they get noticed so much that they become humble, they become cocky and not humble no more and not hungry and stuff like that. And I'm for me, you still gotta have the same hunger. You feel me? I know it's you look at for example, a J. Cole, how he came up. To me, he's still the same nigga before he,
for sure,
before he blew up. You know what I'm saying? So just I feel the social media and all these platforms and stuff and content, they showing a lot of light to people, which is good. But the curse is some people handle it the wrong way.
It's all on the individual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody, but it's the individual.
I agree with you. This is the world we live in. The times we live in, man. The times we live in right now.
But let's talk about female rappers real quick.
Okay.
Cause it's good. It's great. Tokyo Jets, Megan Thee Stallion. Shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying? But Megan Thee Stallion, that's my my crush. You know what I'm saying? Cause I just she remind me of Trina back in the day. She talked about the sex appeal and stuff, but she's still she's lyrical. She's still rapping. You got Rhapsody. You have all these females coming
out.
Yeah, I heard about No Name. And
No Name one of the best lyricists out.
Yeah. What's the
girl rap?
Yeah.
Out. Period.
Yeah. And what's the girl name from Philly? Tara Watt. Yeah. How you feel about that now? Versus a few years ago, where it used to be just Nicki Minaj and everybody else.
The girls rapping better than the boys now.
Yeah.
If you want me to be honest, I saw it coming. They hungry. Their music is about as close to reality as it gets, because they're talking about whether it be their sexuality or what it's like being a woman, and it's more real as opposed to the cocky rap gets old after a while. So many times you talk about money, cars, and clothes, and hoes, without it being redundant. There's only so many ways people can talk about it differently. And I just think that the women are talking fresh. I think they're talking that talk, and they're confident. They're confident.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
you look at like QC, he one of my favorites, like managers, executives now. And what he did for the City Girls is like, he was like, all right, these two girls from Miami, Florida, in particular, like Opalaka, and like I know both from Opalaka. I know one from Opalaka and one from the city. Yeah, and it's like he ain't changed them. He was like, I want y'all to be the same.
You can't change that. Though.
Yeah, like especially.
I mean, if you look at them, they're so raw, they're so authentic, and I think the reason that they blew up the way they did. It's not necessarily because they're the greatest rappers. I mean, we know they're not the greatest. But one of them don't even really rap for real.
Yeah, Young Miami. I like Young Miami choruses though.
I mean, but the thing about it is, whatever it is they saying, they mean it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
telling you about that confidence. They mean everything they saying. So when they say it and the women hear it, they feel it.
Yeah.
It's relatable.
And it's like honestly, like the City Girls. Like I was telling my homeboys the other day. I was like, I know they may not be in anybody's top 5 as far as like lyrical, but the reason why I love them, like they just paint a picture like how Miami is, and like that real Miami, like it's that same saying, like every time people come down here, they think about the beaches and stuff, but they don't think about the inner city. They don't think about Opalakas and the Carol cities and stuff.
And they are the epitome of what a Miami girl is like.
Yes.
If you've never been to Miami and you listen to a City Girl album, you watch a City Girl video, or you do a City Girl interview, you damn near been to Miami.
Yes, that's Miami.
It's raw,
all the way.
Authentic, and they mean everything they're saying. And when you mean everything you're saying, I've always been a big believer of you can only fake it for so long.
Right.
And people can know the difference. They know when you're telling the truth. They know you're lying. They know you don't really mean it and it's just a gimmick.
Right.
So when you have somebody like that, and you can tell that they mean everything that they're saying.
Right.
Impact is great.
Right.
Which is a prime example.
Right. It's true. Before we get in your top 5, how do you feel about like the culture of Miami as far as like for example, like USA Flea Market closed down, like a historical, place. Like everybody been there. Like I remember I should go on field trips. They had the little area and stuff with the swings and all that stuff. Like, how do you feel about like how like they trying to, I guess, get rid of the history of Miami, especially from the black community?
I mean, it breaks my heart, to be honest, and I wish I was in a better position to prevent it. You know what I'm saying? To help prevent it. And when I think about stuff like that, it always brings me back to Nipsey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was making sure that didn't happen to us area. I wish we had some people that, with the capital.
Right.
Because there's some people that would want to do it but can't afford to do it.
Right.
It's a money game.
Yeah, because people understand, like, the Rick Rosses and them, they millionaires, but you gotta have, like, almost
this
big.
Monopoly. Monopoly is a real thing in real life. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, man. It sucks, man. My neighborhood getting gentrified. I see they've been tearing down projects.
Yeah.
They're still trying to tear the public means down. They're pushing us out, man. Trying to erase our history. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's upsetting because it's like, not even just in Dade, but like even in Broward, like, and in Palm Beach, like throughout Florida. Like, I remember I went up to Jacksonville. I've been to Jacksonville a few times, and they trying to gentrify the black communities, like. And
that's what they do. They put us somewhere. They have us all in one barrel. They shake us up. They keep us there. They put stuff in the barrel. They make us, genocide.
Right.
And then when they're ready, they come and take it back.
Right. And it's like, when you think of Miami, people think of like, all right, the Cubans, they built it up and stuff. But in all reality, if you don't do your research, slaves that came from like the Carolinas and Georgia came down, then the Bahamians and all of them, they came and had them come to the Bahamas, and they came back over here, and they pretty much built up Miami. And a lot of people don't know that, and I feel like
a lot of people don't know about that. They don't know about the riots.
Right.
It's a lot of black history.
And it's very upsetting because, like, bro, like, Miami is like, I remember they should call, like, Overtown the Harlem of the South. You know, and just like, you know, my great-grandparents, they own, like, the whole 7th Ave at one point. And just like, I asked my mom what happened. She just like, white man. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, growing up, especially, like, in Miami, at one point, I was like, we all want to move one day.
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel like I don't want to move yet. I want to somehow, some way continue that legacy as far as, like, in our community. Because, like, how I live, they trying to expand it all throughout the city. To me, that's not right. You get what I'm saying? Like, 15 years from now, they gonna be like, oh, that's how I live. I'm like, nah.
15 years from now, it won't be a brown suburb.
Yeah, and that's
brown suburb is right next door to how I live.
Yeah, it's right there.
So I'm watching how you live. Take it.
Yeah.
10 years from now, it won't be a brown suburb.
Yeah, like, look at Miami. I mean, with Miami Gardens, I still call it Carol City or Opalaka and all that. But even though they changed the name, I like the fact that they keeping that community, you know, black. Like, there's a lot of black businesses growing and stuff like that. But it's just like, still, like, we have to, when we build, we have to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to keep it and then somehow, some way, create something that showed, like, everything that was created in the past. Because as we get older, you know, grandparents, great-grandparents, grandparents, our parents, they the last generation that actually knew all of that. We knew of, like, we talk about, like, flea markets and stuff. We knew about, like the Club 56 and everything. Like, we knew about them monuments and stuff like that. And that's part of our history, you feel me? So it's just like, I don't never want to, like, when I have kids, I'm like, listen, like, it's a lot of history down here in Miami. Definitely. You know, and it's crazy, man. I feel like, you know, I was talking to DJ EFN from Drink Champs. I had him on the show, and he was telling me, like, how, like, you know, a lot of people from the South don't consider the Southern no more. And I'm like, how? Like, when I went to LA, they was like, bro, I can tell you from Florida, like, you sound different, you know. Like, even though we from just a city, we still, like, for us, I feel like it's still a Southern culture, but we just different. We move different, you feel me? Like, it's a little bit more faster.
I think that probably comes from all the island influence.
Yeah.
It's a real Caribbean place, man. Very multicultural.
Yeah.
So it's still Southern.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, so let's get in your top 5. So, who's in your top 5? Like,
Miami?
No, I'm talking about from rappers, like, from yo.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
My top 5 all time?
Mm-hmm. All time.
Number 1, Nas.
Okay.
Number 2, Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Jay-Z. Number 2, Eminem.
Thank you. You the first one to watch that Eminem. What?
Number 2, Eminem. No.
Why you think that
you don't even gotta ask the question. I answer it. You don't even have to ask the question. It's because it's not relatable to black culture.
Right.
That's the only reason.
But it's like,
but if you're talking skill set, there's nobody that will ever be able to stop it.
Yeah, because it's like, I understand, like, I guess the story format in a way, but when Eminem say certain stuff, for me, I may not relate to him as far as, like, you know, being white and shit, whatever, but he did come from like, the hard shit, you feel me? So,
yeah, for sure.
Certain stuff he says, like, all right, like, it's like, you know, you just being different from a lot of people. Like, you know, when I first went to private school, like, I was a bit different from a lot of people after a while. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like Eminem, he in my top 2 just because of his skill set.
Yeah, definitely. I'll say Nas, M, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
All time.
Yeah. 'Cause I know people got. I remember people got a